What's up guys, Ryan from EXP Realty here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be walking you through exactly what you can do to prepare your house for sale. So number one, you want to compile all of the documents that you have that relate to the things in your house, such as your furnace, your air conditioning, any other appliances, maybe your hot water tank if you have a rental. You'll want to make sure you have all of those documents ready so that your realtor can provide copies to prospective buyers so they have all the information. You may also have things like if you've just upgraded the electrical or the plumbing, you want to have the invoices from those contractors just so that you can prove that the work was done and exactly what was done. Now, the first step of staging your home is going to be to declutter. Basically, when it comes to decluttering, you're going to want to take anything in the home that is unnecessary and is taking up space. Cleaning and organizing shelving units. You're also going to want to assess your furniture. Remove any furniture that you can in your house that is going to make the rooms feel smaller. A good example of this is in your living room. You may have a coffee table, a couple of side tables, a TV stand, and a shelving unit. You need to assess whether all of those things are necessary to fill the space or if they just make the space feel smaller. You're also going to want to clear out all of the closets in the house. Make sure that everything is organized, make sure it's tidy, and make the storage feel plentiful. The last thing you want is for a buyer to open up a closet and feel like they have nowhere to put their stuff. The next one is a big one. Make sure that you're putting away all your personal products that you have in your bathrooms. Buyers do not want to see your toothbrush and a half-used bar of soap sitting on the counter. Also, make sure that all shampoo bottles, soap, everything is put away. Make sure it is clean. The next thing you're going to want to do when staging your home is to depersonalize it. Now, every realtor has a different opinion on this. For me, you don't want buyers to feel like it's somebody else's house. Now, you don't want the house to feel cold and empty, but you do want to avoid having too many personal items like family photos hanging on the walls, kids' drawings on the refrigerator, or your clothes. Make sure everything is packed away neatly and, if possible, in boxes in storage. You'll also want to go around your house and assess any minor repairs that need to be done. Things like patching up dents in your drywall, touching up paint, or even, repainting walls to more neutral colors. It's a general rule that you'll want your home to be as neutral as possible, so painting the walls neutral colors is going to be a big bonus for you. Other small things like making sure all of your light fixtures have working light bulbs is going to be one of those things that just doesn't distract the buyers when they're looking at your home. The next thing you're going to look at is the exterior of your home. This includes the backyard as well as the curb appeal of the front of the house. In terms of the front of the house, you're going to want to make sure your driveway and the walkway to your front door is nice and swept, nice and tidy. In the winter, make sure it's plowed well and maybe throw some salt down so there's no ice. Make sure all of the gardens at the front of the house are looking good. Get rid of any weeds, maybe plant some new plants where you can, and make sure to cut your grass so it looks appealing. The other things you can do are touch up the paint on your front door or replace your old mailbox. Make it feel nice and homely. In terms of the backyard, you're going to want to highlight anything that is going to be attractive to a buyer. Make sure your barbecue is nice and clean, you've got great patio furniture, make it look comfortable, make it look like a summer oasis. Now, I'm going to get in trouble for this one because of my accent, but make sure that you have a nicely stained deck. Make sure your grass is cut and weed your gardens, as well as maybe plant some new flowers, make the place look well kept. It's important in the summertime to take some photos of your backyard just in case you decide to list in the winter. Now, inside the house, there's a couple of things you can do. If you have a basement, you're going to make sure that you have utilized the space, show it off, even if it's unfinished. It gives buyers a good opportunity to visualize what they can do with the space. Highlight any bonus features like a basement kitchen or even a wet bar, as well as make sure that there's easy access to the electrical panel or the furnace if they need to. Now, the number one most important thing when staging your home is cleaning. I cannot stress this enough, guys. Please clean everything. The most important areas of your house that should be cleaned are the kitchens and the bathrooms. Think of yourself as a buyer walking into a home and the kitchen and the bathrooms are dirty, you automatically feel gross. Buyers will want to visualize having meals, bathing, going to the bathroom, These are the things that they need to feel comfortable in because it's a deal breaker. Be as meticulous as possible when you're cleaning. Something that you might walk past every day and not notice is something that a buyer is going to notice first time they walk in your house. Things like dusting off the light fixtures, dusting off ceiling fans, dusting off the blinds. These are things that buyers will notice. Little things as well, like wiping off the scuff marks on your baseboards, are going to be huge bonuses and just stops a buyer from being distracted and focus on the main features of the home. I also recommend getting your carpet professionally cleaned. When staging bedrooms, it's important to use neutral and attractive bedding. Buyers need to be able to visualize themselves living there, and they can't do that if anything is too personal to you. It should look like walking into a freshly made bed like you would see in a hotel. Now, another really important factor when your house is going to be ready for showings is that you want to make sure that there are no bad smells or odors or even strong, good smells. Make sure to replace garbage bags in all of your bins, even if there's not much in there. You'll also want to make sure you change out any diaper genies or anything like that that could potentially cause a smell. Not everybody wants to walk into a house that's been completely sprayed with perfume. Aim for fresh and clean, always. A house with no smell is better than a house with a bad smell. You want to make sure that your house is getting as much natural light as possible, so make sure to open up any blinds or curtains and make sure that you're letting in as much light as you can. Now, the final thing I want you to consider before anybody comes to see your home is who is going to be in the house. I strongly recommend that you leave the house for showings. It's crazy how many people stay in their home while a realtor is bringing through a buyer. Anyone who has been a buyer in this situation will know just how awkward it is, and you can't really look at the house properly unless you're there alone with your realtor. The other thing you want to consider is whether your pets are at home. If you've got cats and dogs, it's a good idea to make sure that they also aren't at the house. This is going to limit any fur that's flying around the place, making sure the house feels clean. As well, you don't want people to think that somebody else lives there. See if a family member can look after them or put them into a cattery/kennel. Well, there you have it, guys. There's a list that I think is the most important things to do when listing your home for sale. If you think I missed anything, drop it down in the comments below, or if there's anything that you've experienced when you've gone to view a home that you really didn't like or that you really did like, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.